And it's hot and windy today. This is a common sight. Got an 1.5 inches of rain yesterday, so everything's sitting today. Sorry guys, I really need to warn you when I show you my balding head. You might get blinded. But well guys, welcome back to the channel. As I said before, we got a 1.5 inches of rain yesterday, probably a 1.5 inches coming tomorrow. It's gonna be till mid next week before we can get rolling, but we got a lot of anhydrous done. I'm here just in time for some dinner from Grandma. It's 12:30, Saturday, like April 22nd, 23rd, somewhere around there. Let's go get some stuff done. Planter should be finished up here in the next couple hours. This field has anhydrous all on it. We got about, like I said before, 500 acres of anhydrous on, so that's really good. And now we're heading north. Al norte. Calm before the storm, before they start back up again. You know it's been wet when this field is a pond. This is also a telltale sign that Mississippi's flooding, because this is actually on level with just when the river's at a minor flood stage. This will flood just because the water table's so low. Sorry, so high. This is my hometown of Bellevue, Iowa. A beautiful place, especially this time of year. Just rolling up to the Bellevue farm. Woo, it's windy. And yes, when it's windy, the auto gets choppy. It is what it is. I'm just out here checking our waterways that we put in. Got the rye growing, so that's good. It's just starting to come up. Let's go grinding to destroy some stuff. So what I'm doing is, my dad's 3-point rubs right here and right here. So I'm just gonna grind that leading edge, make it a little bit easier to get in there. All right, so that should be good enough. You can kind of see I wedged off a little bit on both sides, so that hopefully should be a little bit easier to hook this thing up. We'll see. Trying to put the rod back through, or the pin back through. So I got this shined down for the most part. I have it a little bit oblong, and I need to get that ground down a little bit, but my DeWalt's out of battery. But now I got the last thing on my project list before I head back to Preston. It's a pretty sweet new equipment for our tractor. Let's go get it out. Jeez, my dad's got 276 hours on this unit. We bought it with 52 years ago now. Not too bad for just a loader tractor that sits around half the time. So with us, we do not have a pair of forks up here. We have bale spears and we have a bucket. But if you guys remember a card to this video right here where I was doing some sketchy lifting on some Deere blinds that we basically just used, I believe, one of these two things and a big old ratchet strap. Well, if we had a pair of forks, could have just went up underneath it and been much more safer. Our friends at Yita Motor they reached out and they're like, hey, see, you don't have any pallet forks. I think you could use some. We're gonna send you some and see what you think. So that's what we have. Let's go ahead and see what's in here and open them up. But the cool thing about these pallet forks is they do not require a separate thing to hook up onto your tractor. You basically just clamp them to your blade, to your bucket, and these things are rated for 6,000 pounds. That's anything more than what we would ever want to use for it. So let's open it up and see what we think. Doing this stuff one-handed is not easy. Sweet, so here's what it is. It's just basically 2 pallet forks and then a stabilizer bar that goes in between there, and they just hook on to your bucket. And I think it's toolless too. That's the cool part. Let's open it up and try it, find out. So here we go. It's pretty simple to get the stuff on. Man, I can't wait. Gotta go change out the battery in the GoPro and we'll keep going. What it does is it basically uses actually a pretty cool design where it's got a circular tube and then a square tube as your base of your forks. Then it's got this little clamp that this circular tube kind of really presses up against the cutting edge of your blade, and then you use this bolt on that has a welded on handle to use that to clamp it in. There we are. So you got this inner stabilizer bracket, which you can basically just loosen it up, swing it in, and now you got a set of good forks. But then when we will actually use this to move brush, which is what I'm really excited about, we'll slide it out to about right here, because we really don't have a good system to move brush around. So that's what we're gonna be doing. This thing is really slick, really handy, really simple, and that's what I like about it. It's only a couple $100, so be sure to check them out. Link will be in the description. This is actually gonna be really handy to use around. Honestly, I see us using this quite a bit for moving bigger trees and everything else around. Or, for example, when my dad wants to try and move rocks or anything around, he doesn't have to use his bale spears. There we are. So this thing is going to be slick and handy. So when we start moving some brush piles and picking some stuff up, some of the stuff we won't even have to bring the skid loader up. We can just use this. Well, water's the best. Changed my mind. Just like that, on and off in about 30 seconds. All I had to do is unscrew the two kind of bolts, the rods on them, and pull it off. I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, that's all the tinkering I wanted to do. Let's head back down to the threshing farm. Bun's in there cleaning the air clutches. Nathan was power washing the combine, getting that thing all cleaned up. Actually did a nice job. So for those of you guys who don't know, we bought this combine brand new last year. It is actually a 2020 model, but we put maybe 150 hours on it, 150 separator hours on it this year. And it ran flawlessly, knock on wood. It literally had one electrical issue that was solved in 20 minutes. That thing ran phenomenal. Now the guys are working on the planter, it looks like. Maybe they're inside eating, not sure. This side's all put back together, all the air clutches were back on. So when I say air clutches, all it is when we supply air to this valve right here, and it basically just lets the drive shaft spin and not drive any chains, which would drive these row units. Because our row unit, or what puts the seed into the ground, is chain driven. And if we didn't have those air clutches, it would basically be the entire planter on or off. Well, we don't want that, because for those of you guys who don't know, we farm quite a bit of rough ground. And if we would do that, we'd be wasting a lot of seed. We'd be wasting a lot of seed, which in turn would be wasting a lot of money. So here we go, yeah, this one's put back together. So you can kind of see, here's the chain that gets driven by that shaft, and that air clutch basically just lets that shaft spin on it and not drive the chain. So we clean those out every year because we had some trouble last year with them. Amber and Rhonda. We got about 500 acres of anhydrous on before the rains. We basically went and carted that video right here where we were just going hard, but we went, I think in a 30-hour window we put on 500 acres, which is, like I said, we went till 2 in the morning the one day, came back and started back up at 7 o'clock the next morning and ran till about 11, then got rained out. You heading to Lena or you heading to Clip?
Lena.
Lena? Yeah. Gotcha. You missed a spot.
I know. It sucks.
Good to get her done though. So Curtis is gonna go get feed and over at the local ethanol plant. Nathan and I are gonna clean this up. And Pat and Bud are gonna finish putting the planter together. Hopefully they'll have that done by 5 and the planter will be good to go. So Nathan will basically be on here. We'll use that to power wash the top of the combine, get it all nice and spick and span. Oh, we're gonna try the soap cannon out today. Never have used one before. Maybe it'll save us some scrubbing.
Okay. Okay, that's good, Ron. Yeah, go a little closer, would ya? Got that original red back. Looking good. Come a little closer to the throat, Ronald. I'll do the throat up here. That'll work. It's hot. Woo. Smells good too.
I was gonna say, this is pretty slick. Making her nice and shiny. those of you wondering, yes, I am getting there nice and deep like. And because I know someone's gonna ask, that's what it is. That's the type of soap we use. There's two reasons why you want to clean your equipment. One of them, for obvious reasons, pride. I mean, you're sinking quite a bit of financial capital. I mean, this combine right now, if you'd buy this thing brand new, it's like $450,000, something like that. So there's a lot of capital invested into this. You want to keep it looking nice and clean. But also, from a functionality standpoint, if you clean your machines up from, you know, just with grain and crap, it eliminates a food source for mice and stuff that'll actually harm your equipment. So that's what we like to do. We'd obviously like to clean it off every fall, but just didn't happen last fall, so we're doing it now.
She's shining.
I love it. Especially, I like that decal is shiny. So we're just gonna rinse it off, soap it down, scrub it, and then rinse it off again. And in the meantime, we are gonna go ahead and work on the spray trailer here, probably starting tomorrow. If not, we're gonna get the floater tires on the sprayer first, and then work on the spray trailer. A little windy today. Just a little. Isn't this like oddly satisfying? May seem like pointless to some, but this is satisfying to us. It's making it clean. Alright, let's go put some more soap in. Shut the gull wing doors, and now we just gotta do the outside with the skid loader. We'll soap it, spray, soap and spray. All are good. Oh yeah. Why they can't have nice things, Nathan. Losing our nozzle. Yep. Last thing on the list is the unloading auger. We'll get that all scrubbed. Do one more final rinse. Let this thing dry out in this wind for like a half hour, because that's all it'll take in this wind. And then this thing is ready for the shed for the year. Here's the finished product. Shiny. Just look at this. I can see my reflection. And no, we did not wax it. I'd say that's a job well done right there. Let's head to the South Farm. Gotta go stop at the 80/50, do some GoPro things. Then we're gonna head home for the day. Pat did get all this chiseled before the rain, so we are done chiseling for the year. So Nathan got a good chunk of that field done right back there. He got this entire farm done full of anhydrous. So there's 100 acres over there he did. He did about 80 acres over there. And there's the rig. I need to do some GoPro stuff. We'll do a quick walk around, we'll call it a day. So here's our anhydrous toolbar. It's a 4250 DMI, which Case actually purchased DMI. We bought that thing brand new. It was actually out at the Des Moines Farm Show, the Iowa Farm Power Machinery Show, whatever it's called. Anhydrous tanks that we get from Everhart's. It's a heck of a haul. It's like a 20-mile haul to get them down here. But it is what it is. And I do apologize for the wind. It's very windy, and when it does that, it distorts the audio. And for the most part, everything looks pretty good. The anhydrous comes from one big tube into the supercooler, through the check valves, into basically it splits it up, splits the bar in half. Half goes this way, half goes this way. Everything goes into this tower, then it splits it out from there. Keel, she's still tacky. But it dried a lot today. Like I said, we got an inch to inch and a half of rain these last, actually just yesterday. So we have a lot to dry up. But it is what it is, guys. Spring will be here. The planters will be running full bore here soon. Cannot wait. Hopefully on Wednesday we'll get some more anhydrous and gas in the ground. But thank you guys so much. Stay tuned. Ta-ta for now. Take care.